last minute, I was wondering who it was. So thank you for the wonderful privilege. First of all, there are so many of the former winners here. Thank you for the privilege of connecting me to the 34 previous winners of this award. I know what the privilege is because looking through the list, I've worked with 24 of them on a variety of projects, schemes, initiatives, national committees, and they've really been my graduate faculty in a sense, people who've inspired me and taught me the work. I see Carol Green is sitting over there, for example, and Steve Linewein, who've really been monumental figures in this field. But of all the previous winners, I have to say the most important one to me was the 2009 winner, Sol Garfunkel, whose board at COMAC I chaired for 9 years. And it's not because Sol's sense of humor, which as many of you, if you know him, is an acquired taste. It's because as president of that board, I met my wife, Linda, right? My better half, or more accurately, my better 2 over pi. So I have to admit, even though I love all of your work, fellow, members of the prestigious community, Sol contributed more to my personal life than I could imagine. I have to thank my teacher and my thesis advisor, Leon Henkin, for actually giving me the courage to shift from mathematics as my focus to teaching and math education as my focus. I really worried about it. I had so much investment in being a mathematician, and I called my mother, and those of you who know my mother know that there was silence on the line when I said, Mom, I'm really worried about this. I've invested so much energy in being a researcher, but I really want to work with teachers and I want to work on social justice issues. I'm really worried about this. And there was silence on the other end of the line. And after 3 or 4 seconds, my mother said, Bill, maybe you're not worrying enough. So Leon gave me permission to do what I really wanted to do. I went to his office and I said, look, I really want to work with teachers and support teaching. And he said to me, the teachers are not going to be able to learn from you until you actually learn how to learn from them. And he got me to sign up for the Community Teaching Fellowship and spend a year as a classroom assistant to Mrs. Melicon's 4th grade elementary school class in Siege Elementary. And he told me, you have ideas, suppress them. Just keep your mouth closed. Watch what a real teacher does. He said, you want to be a teacher? He says, by you, you're a teacher. By me, you're a teacher. By teachers, maybe you're not actually a teacher. And then he suggested I find a high school teacher. I got lucky to meet Teresa Hernandez-Hines, the legendary San Francisco math teacher leader. And he suggested that if we're going to learn how to teach, I co-teach my courses with her. And it was such a brilliant suggestion, What he also did was teach me a practice that he had done, which I've done for 40 years, which is to write thank you letters to the high school teachers of all my calculus students at Berkeley and then UT Austin. The first year I met Jaime Escalante's first students, Martín Olvera and Luis Cervantes. Jaime called me up, we started talking calculus, and I learned a lot about Latino student success from him. The next year I had the first AVID students to graduate from Mary Catherine Swanson's AP English class. I called her up, I thanked her. I ended up being the first chair of her board and helping her set it up as a nonprofit. If anyone thinks that individual teachers can't have transformative effects on lives, they just need to look at those individuals who are my inspiration. One of the things I learned was that as individual teachers, we can transform the lives of some of our students, but if we want to transform the lives of all of our students, we have to work as a collective. We need organizations like our NCSM to speak truth to the public about these issues, because we're the real witnesses to the complexities of public education. And it's this organization that needs to be the voice of public math education, not the little entrepreneurial ones that some foundation funds, and a year later, they're the voice or representative of what we all do. That's the work for us going forward. I want to thank my Dana Center colleagues here. Where are my Dana Center colleagues? Seated over there. As Mel Brooks said, it's good to be the king. It's really their work that I'm being rewarded for. So you get to share the prize. And just thank you so much for this. I hope that I live up to your hopes you have for me, and that we can move this organization forward. Thank you.